Hey guys, Huck Sports Cards here. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Well guys, like I mentioned on my last episode, I'm going to show you some photos today that were taken by my wife's grandfather. And he was a photographer for the Chicago Sun-Times. His name was Joseph Kordick. Here's a picture of him right here. He's in the middle of those two baseball players, one of them being Ernie Banks there. But we're going to call him Joe. And so Joe, like I said, he was a photographer for the Chicago Sun-Times, took a lot of great photos, and I want to show you some of those today and tell you some stories behind the photos. So let's go take a look at them. All right, guys. Well, I want to put the photo back up of Joe on there, standing between the two baseball players, and just talk about that photo just for a second. So we definitely know that that's Ernie Banks in the photo. And we believe that that's Don Landrum that played for the Cubs from 1962 through 1965. So we definitely know that this photo was taken sometime between there. And so my father-in-law believes that it was taken on opening day, so sometime in the 60s. So like I said, we feel like it falls in between 62 and 65. And my father-in-law, Ron, also believes that his dad went to a smaller camera in about 1964. So we believe the photo was probably taken in 62 or 63. So, and we definitely believe 62 could be the earliest, because if you look on the sleeve, the logo, the Cub logo on the sleeve first appeared in 1962, we believe, on the Cubs uniforms. So, and what's funny is Ron, he said that he doesn't remember his dad ever having that parka or anything like that. And if you look closely at the sleeve on that parka, you can see a walking Cub on there. And they kind of believe that it was probably like one of the players' parkas, like probably like one of the pitchers, because, you know, you think about it, if that's opening day right there, it was probably cold in Chicago and everything. And they believe that some of the pitchers wore those in the bullpens and everything. So we kind of, like I said, we kind of believe it's probably 1962 or 63 that photo was taken. Just thought that was really cool, him standing in between the two players like that. Well guys, this next photo that Joe took is probably my favorite of any of them that I've seen of his photos, and that's because it's of Stan Musial of the St. Louis Cardinals. And guys, as you could see in that photo, he has a gun that he's leaning up against as he's standing there. And that photo was taken September 25th, 1963. And the reason why he has a gun there is because the Chicago Cubs gifted him that gun, because this would be his last road trip to Chicago and his last game playing there. And like I said, that was September 25th of 1963. And just some facts about Stan of stuff that he did in Chicago. He actually got his 3,000th hit in Chicago, along with playing over 200 games there. And he got 492 hits against the Cubs in his career. Think about that, 492 hits against one club. That's just crazy. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty awesome that, you know, they gave him gifts and gave him a gun, because I know that he was a big advocate for hunting and stuff like that. Did a lot of hunting and everything. So, and you know, you can see in the photo there that other photographers were taking a picture of the front of him. And so, but Joe was taking a picture from the backside. And I actually tried to look and find a photo of one of those photographers' pictures of him in the front to see if Joe was in the background, but I never could find one of them. I just think that would have been cool if I could have found one of them, but I couldn't. So, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite photo that he took, you know, because it's a Cardinal, I guess. Well, guys, I got two more pictures that I want to show you on this episode, and also an autographed baseball from the 1959 Chicago White Sox that played the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series. So I want to show you that ball along with these two pictures. So this next picture right here is of Eddie Matthews of the Milwaukee Braves and Ernie Banks standing there talking. And I think that is Leo Burks in the batting cage getting some swings in there. So when I saw this picture, you know, and this one actually had a date on it, and it was August 1st of 1964. So that's why I know it was the Milwaukee Braves, because they were in Milwaukee in 64. So I said, man, I wonder who won that game that day. So I looked it up, and this is who won. The Braves won that game 8-4. And just so happened that Eddie Matthews hit a leadoff home run to start the game. So that was pretty cool. So maybe Ernie Banks was giving him some tips of what the pitcher was going to throw at that first at bat, right? So, but Ernie Banks went 1 for 4 in that game. I think it was just a single. And but the big hitter in that game, not surprisingly, was Hank Aaron, and he was 3 for 5, and he also hit a home run. So yeah, I just thought that was cool that had the date of the game on there. So I wanted to look it up, and the Braves won that game 8-4. Guys, before I show you that 1959 baseball that was signed by the Chicago White Sox, first I want to show you this last photo here. And this photo right here is called Repentant Umpire. And as you can see, he's down on his knees, and it looks like he's asking for forgiveness to the ball player. Unfortunately, I don't know the date of this photo, but I do know that Joe won a national award for this photo. So you can look it up. That if you look up Joseph Kordick, Repentant Umpire, and you can see that he won a national award for this photo and everything. Like I said, I wish I knew what the date of the photo was, because I couldn't figure out who the player was. So if anybody out here knows, has an idea who that number 15 is, that would be awesome, because we would love to know who the player was. There must have been something that happened at home plate and everything, and I don't know, maybe the umpire got knocked down or called, you know, somebody out or safe or whatever. Who knows? We really don't know the whole description that came from him taking this picture and everything. But yeah, but if anybody knows who that player is, that would be great. We would love to know that. But yeah, like I said, that's the Repentant Umpire, and that's going to be the last photo I'm going to show you today. I've got a lot more photos that I want to show you. He's got a lot of good photos. He's from Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali, Jack Nicklaus, some other baseball ones too that I'm going to show you. But I just wanted to give you a little taste of some of these photos that he took in this first episode. Well, guys, we're going to show you that 1959 baseball that was signed by the Chicago White Sox now. As you can see on this ball, the American League president, Joseph Cronin's name was stamped on there. And then right here is a Hall of Famer, Nellie Fox's autograph on that one. And then there's, like I said, Joseph Cronin. I'm not sure who this Ron, we couldn't figure that name out on that one though. But here's Early Wynn, which is another Hall of Famer. And just a lot of different guys on here. I'm going to do some still photos of these things. So you can see Billy Goodman is on there. And Norm Cash right there. You see that's Norm Cash on that ball. Here's just a photo so you get a better look at it. So that's Nellie Fox's autograph right there. The other guy is Ron somebody. We couldn't figure it out. We think it might be the first base coach. I think that's what my father-in-law said. And here is Early Wynn's autograph on here. And then the name underneath it, it was Johnny something. We couldn't figure it out. You got Bob Shaw and Jim McInerney on this one. So you got Jim Landis, Billy Goodwin, Earl Torgensen, and it looks like it's Norm Cash at the bottom. And just under that Norm Cash is Sammy Esposito. Hey guys, well, I appreciate you watching today. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I got a bunch of other photos that I want to show you. Some cool Muhammad Ali, who was it, Bobby Hull, with Chicago Blackhawks. He's got a nasty little black eye. Must have got hit by a puck or something. It's a cool little picture. Jack Nicklaus. Who else? I got a bunch of them, so I'm looking forward to showing some more. Going to have some more episodes, and I'm also going to have my father-in-law on to tell some of his stories of some stuff that happened with him. Like I said, he's got a great story about Harry Carey. It's a really funny story about that. But guys, I appreciate you watching, and I ask that you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, we'll see you later.